have to say all this is pretty dang cool. It's Monday morning before the 4th of July, and everything's out here doing all the work. Let me show you what this video is all about, though. Alright guys, so I wanted to bust out a quick mow just so I could show you the major difference that's going on here between one part of my lawn and the other part of my lawn. This year, I have done something that is glaringly different than any other year out here on my grass, and I believe I'm starting to pay the price for it. Some of you may ask yourselves, well, aren't you just putting stuff through the system? What are you doing? What could be possibly different? The biggest and most glaring difference out here, no biostims. Oh, but wait. Yes, there were some biostims put out over there in the absolute best looking part of my lawn. Other than that, everything else has gotten the exact same amount of fertilizer. The line here is disgusting. A month ago, I did some microgreen, I did some aerate, okay? Between that time, I put out some dethatch. What I haven't done anywhere in here is any RGS, and I'm starting to feel it. Check out the line still back there, right across that thing. Big difference. Not only that, the grass itself, thicker, looks better, color's deeper, growth is more consistent. Watch this, you're gonna see the line change right here. Boom. Now look what we're dealing with here. Is this bad? No. We've had the same amount of nitrogen across this entire thing. Everything's been metered out. I've been watching the way the flows work, try to get everything equally fed. And this area of the lawn, compared to there, is majorly suffering. Now here's the thing, if you were to come over here and look at this, it would actually still look great. But this is absolutely the worst that I have ever seen my personal lawn look, especially at this time of year. You gotta remember, the last time you saw this in any sort of long form video, there was still so much damage over here from voles. There was still grass filling in, and you can't really see that anymore. That didn't really take too long. Once the sun came out and things started to dry out, the grass really took off. It needed that heat, it needed the sun, but it's still just kicking butt over anything that I've done over here. One of the reasons that I put dethatch out is actually for a future video. I have that shot, but we're gonna end up doing a test plot where we just run the dethatcher straight across this thing and see what the difference is between there and over here where none got put down. If there was one thing that I was always super consistent about in my lawn care, it was getting those biostims out on a regular basis. And that's why my lawn always looked so freaking dark green all the time. It never seemed like it was under stress. It just kind of cruised through the droughts, the heat, the bad weather, all of that kind of stuff. But I've been off of it. And the reason that I did that is I had a few people over the last couple of years that have told me that, like, you know, we were running the program, and then we stopped, and then our lawn went to crap, and then we got back on it and fixed it. And I felt like that was overstating. And I gotta be honest, this is the first time that I've ever done this, and I am not liking it. I am not liking what's happening out here, period. So it's time to get back on my regularly scheduled program of getting my biostims out and feeding this thing like it should. It just doesn't look great. So let's run the score on this real quick, just so everybody knows where it is. The entire property received a gallon of green pop, okay? Probably a little more came out over in this area where it was a little more stressed. More went down onto the green, less went down over here. These are MP rotors, so they don't put out a ton of water. The green is growing like crazy. I have to cut that twice a day right now. But the rest of the lawn, it's staying consistent. I'm mowing it regularly with the robo mower. It's doing what it's supposed to. So let's say so far we've received, call it, 1/3 of a pound of in that way. I then pump some green charge through this whole system. So throw in another 0.3, maybe a little bit more than that, 0.4. We're probably at 3/4 of a pound of N so far this year. And now that might not sound like a whole lot, but that's a lot. For me, that's actually quite a bit. And honestly, the snow didn't come off until, May. Then we were getting constant rain. And so now is truly the first time where I have my sprinklers turned on and running on a regular schedule. That started July 1st. Now, the great thing about this is a pretty dang easy fix. One application, I'm gonna have this thing turning around. By 2 weeks, you're not gonna be able to tell the difference between this side of the lawn and that side of the lawn. It takes no time. However, it's a pretty big shocker, and it's nice to see that there's other people out there who are really putting this to the test and showing the difference on screen and saying, look, I'm running kelp and here's what it did. I'm running humic and here's what it did. And you can see it, and you can see those differences. That balance that I have in the RGS that's put together is very much intended to just have healthier, deeper rooted, thicker, denser turf. And now that it's about to get hot, this grass is gonna go into a greater stress mode. So I've gotta make a change, and I gotta do it right now. I'm looking at the man in the mirror. Okay, so here's the deal. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put about, half a gallon of RGS into my fertigation system. I'm gonna put that through, I'm gonna pump it out, and then you're gonna come back here and you're gonna see in a video here coming up very shortly how much of a difference it made. But for now, this is what I did when I turned the thing dark green up there, so you can still see how well that's holding. And shoot, I got some work. Nice to see you guys again. I'll talk to you soon.